Okay, so 60 days in, about 2 months after I started this AI agency, and I want to give you guys a quick update of where I'm at right now. Still no clients, but getting very close. My brother and I, Devin, we really are focusing on ads for the last couple weeks. We made a lot of mistakes, burned a lot of money, had a lot of problems with our funnel, and honestly, it took a lot longer than expected. I was hoping to launch ads after the first month, to be honest, but it's part of the game and it's part of the learning curve. So I want to go quickly into it with you guys. Let's get started with first off what took me so long after setting up the funnels to go ahead and actually get started on launching the ads. So before you can actually launch ads, your whole funnels and go high level need to be done really well. So if there's just one problem with automated text or emails or anything like that, it's gonna just screw everything over. What we found that was happening with our snapshots was that it was just not even working. I mean, we would test it, right? We would leave our information and we'd get, for example, a nurture email or nurture text instead of booked call text, for example. People would be going to the wrong funnels. People would be sent into the wrong, places. So if people were to book, if we were to have launched ads, we literally wouldn't even know where they went. Like it would just go into a completely different part of the business. So, you don't want to be spending hundreds of dollars a day on ads, or even if you're spending under 50 bucks a day on ads, you don't want to be doing that and then having the potential customers or clients get lost in the funnel and them getting the wrong text. You're just burning money at that point because your conversion rate goes way, way down. So we literally took a couple weeks trying to hop on support calls because it turned out to be a technical issue and we couldn't get it fixed for the longest. We had A2P to set up. That was just also being a pain in the ass. To be honest, we couldn't get that set up for a couple weeks until they finally approved it. We did everything how they wanted after all. So that took a little bit longer than expected. I mean, after we figured out all that stuff, that's what we've been working on for the last couple weeks, just fixing the funnels, making sure that everything is 100%. And to be honest with you, then we launched ads, and that was a lot harder than expected. Actually, the ads, if we didn't have my mentor, we would have probably burned thousands of dollars before we realized something was wrong. So, you guys remember I did make a video on joining a course, and I think it's 100% worth it. Somebody that's already done it, someone that's making hundreds of thousands of dollars on it, they know exactly what you're going through, and you can literally ask them what to do and what to fix and show them, hey, what can I do to improve this? So, what me and Devin were doing, we were running ads and spending like 50 bucks a day for like a week. And literally, we got like 70 leads, we thought, right? We check, we actually got none. We show my mentor, he goes, you guys had your pixel set up wrong. So I'm going to be going into this once I actually, get 100% down. I'll show you guys how we fixed it and how we're actually running ads successfully now. But it's very important. The pixel is just part of like a Facebook thing where it targets the correct people and it knows who actually becomes a lead and who isn't a lead. So we just had it all completely fucked up. We weren't getting anything from it. We were just burning money because we had the whole backend system wrong. And it's not easy, right? It's not the easiest thing to do. If you've never ran ads before, like myself, I never ran ads. It was actually kind of confusing. We were a little bit lost. So he literally helped us. Now we're running ads, pretty good. They're a lot more improved, and we're getting ads that are actually giving us some leads back. So it's just a matter of time now before we actually hop on sales calls and do all that. So in the meantime, while we were getting all that ads approved, getting them up and running, we weren't just wasting time. What we were doing is at the same time fixing our sales funnel and also how we close people once we get them on calls. So the way I recommend you do things is not one thing at a time, because then you're going to be 3 months before you actually get on a call. What you want to do is, or maybe even more than that, you don't want to procrastinate. You don't want to take too long. At the same time, you don't want to rush it. So I'm just telling you guys what I've learned so far, right? I still don't have a client yet, but in the next couple weeks, I'm 99% sure it's going to change. But all I can really say from what I've learned so far in the 2 months that I've been doing this is don't take too long, but also don't rush it. So, for example, the first month is really just you building out your funnels, building out the back end, making up your business, thinking of what you're going to be targeting. That's all fine and dandy. Once you do all that, what you're going to be spending a lot of time on is actually fixing the automations, fixing the funnels, and then actually like working on all the back end stuff at the same time launching ads. So once you get all that fixed, for example, what I mean is don't go too slow. Is once you finish that and you're ready to launch ads, don't wait a week. Don't just sit around, looking at your ad spend all day and not doing anything, because it's going to take a few days for these people to actually book, call, and Facebook to actualize the ads and make sure it's targeting the right people. So, for example, for me, it's real estate agents. So it's going to take a few days for it to figure that out and, start getting some people booked onto our calendar. In the meantime, literally what you want to do is start working on the sales call. So master your sales call, have a slideshow presentation ready, have your payout links ready so that if someone says yes on the call, you're not scrambling trying to, you know, collect money when it's not ready. The last thing you want to do is hop on a sales call, waste all that money on ads, and then all of a sudden they go, yeah, let's do it. And you don't have a way of collecting money because you didn't think that far ahead. And then all of a sudden you're like, okay, well, give me 10 minutes, and maybe they get cold feet and whatever, and you lost a sale. That's $5,000, $10,000, whatever it might be, just out the window. So that's the last thing you want to do. So what we did was we took advantage of the time frame of ads and, working on a good ad set that actually works. And at the same time, while we gave that time to mature, we were working on our sales call, sales presentation. We have our payment links ready. We have our deliverable pages ready. Everything's ready to go. So if a customer asks any questions or if they're ready to move forward, boom, it's all ready to go just like that. And at the same time, I do want to touch on onboarding, which is something I haven't touched too much on myself yet. Obviously, in my school, we did go through videos and everything like that, and it's pretty good stuff. Don't get me wrong, but it's confusing. You have to put a lot of work into it also. What you want to do is, if you're in the stage that I'm at now where you don't have any clients yet, but you're ready to get on sales calls and you're just waiting on that, you finished your sales funnel, you finished all your sales presentation. The most important thing is to know at least the first few steps of onboarding. That way, when you collect the money from the customer, you want to tell them what the next few steps are after that call for the next few days at least, so that you're not just waiting around. Imagine spending $10,000 on a program yourself, right? As a human being, we all have this. Imagine spending $10,000 and the guy just tells you, okay, great, well, I'll email you later what you need to do, bye. That's not really reassuring. You just spent a lot of money on a program that said it's going to give you all this stuff. So what you want to do is have, a link ready for an onboarding funnel that they go through, and you also want to have a email that gets sent out right away, and you want to thirdly book them onto an onboarding call for the day after or a couple of days after at most, so that they feel like, okay, well, things are getting done. You say, hey, I'm going to be working on all this stuff in the meantime. That way you know what to say, at least, even if you don't actually do it, because I don't recommend you go into doing your whole onboarding system until you actually get a client, because it's like studying a bunch of gym workouts and how to eat correctly but never actually doing it. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much where I'm at now. I just want to give you my 2 cents. Like I said, I don't have any clients yet, but I know it's going to change soon. Wanted to tell you guys, if you are just starting this off or if you're looking into it, what to really expect at this mark and the mistakes I've made. So hopefully you don't have to make them and you can go through the same thing, maybe a little bit easier than I did. So catch you guys in the next one.